love for you to go to therapy.
It would be interesting
I think
for
that
me.
you need to, and I don't say that in a mean way.
Hello and welcome to Nick and Kristen in the podcast. I'm Nick, that's Kristen, and today we're going to be discussing many things, including asking a therapist and celebrating our 14-year anniversary of being on the radio.
Oh, I know.
And the first year that we are actually not on the radio since we've become a morning show. So August 20th, 2012 is when we first signed on to Mix 100.9.
I don't know.
It's Terre Haute, Indiana. Mix could be Mix 100. That's still there. It's the only station that we've worked on. Well, no. Yeah. It's one of the few.
It's one of the few that's still there. Yeah.
Yeah, and so that's where we kicked it off. We were
stayed there.
The Mixed Morning Show with Nick and Kristen.
Yeah.
And yeah, this is the first time we've ever not been on the radio.
That was a difficult position to be in because we went from being long distance to living and working together, and they asked like if we were dating, which legally I don't think they were allowed to ask, and we said no. And they very quickly found out like that we were dating after we had been hired, and they were furious.
Well, the boss knew.
The main boss knew, and then her boss was very upset and basically was like, "You lied to us," and I was like, "You weren't allowed to ask.
Yeah,
like it's none of your business."
It's true.
And we were like, we didn't know how this was going to work out, but we knew that we're professionals, and if we ended up breaking up, we'd still do a good show, and it's really like none of your business to know like what's going on behind the scenes.
Yeah, I mean, we could have just started dating once we got there, but we had already been dating. So like, what are you going to do?
Yes.
But yeah, they made us not be on the air as a couple for the first 6 months. And then we would talk in after meetings, and we'd have like good conversations and be funny and normal. And people were like, well, why can't you do this on the radio? I was like, well, because I have to think 5 layers deep before I say anything.
Because I had like a boyfriend, but you were single. And so I would be like, oh man, I'm having relationship problems. But it was like with you.
Yeah.
And then you were supposed to be acting
I went to the movies over the weekend.
And I'd be like, oh, what'd you see? Even though like I was there with you. So it was very confusing. I feel like we never said we were a couple.
I think we did eventually. Yeah. Oh, wait, no, maybe not.
It wasn't until Sacramento.
Yeah, we
had
to
do
the same thing.
Where they were doing the same thing. Like, you guys are single. You guys are living 2 different lives.
That's right.
And finally, they did the same thing. They were like, why aren't you guys as funny and witty off the air as on the air? And we're like, because we're not able to jab at each other because it's not out of. It seems cruel and malicious when it's just 2 different people.
True,
but when you're ribbing on each other, knowing that there's like a love underneath it, it's funny and you can be part of the joke, and like that's how normal couples act.
Yeah.
And so finally they were like, well, you can do that, just out yourself on the air. And we were already engaged at that point.
Yeah, and our
so
funny,
we're like, come on, man, like
our funny comes from you just kind of like
making fun of me.
And
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
It's on me having a terrible.
It's an endless well, and without that well, I don't know what I would be.
Yeah, what would we be if you couldn't make fun of me? So so that's when the show opened up. We got called to San Francisco, so it's been like a 14-year run as a morning show. Before that, we were in our separate radio lives, but now that's weird. It's a weird moment in time.
I know. It doesn't mean that it's over. But
doesn't mean it's over, but this is just the first.
It's a respite.
Yeah, our
the
official
first time in
anniversary.
Years.
Yeah, so we're on vacation for semi-permanent right now. But to all my radio friends out there, happy National Radio Day. I didn't know that was the holiday as well.
Happy all 5 of you. Congratulations.
I'm so
for
happy.
keeping your job.
So happy for you that you have a job in radio still. I'm so happy.
Yeah.
So happy.
But I have a job, you have a job now,
Yes.
so we're working.
Exactly. And as a job employer or a person who is employed in a job, your professional career is a therapist.
Yes.
And we do not take advantage of that nearly enough.
There's not a lot I can say.
Yeah, I try not to, like, we tried some therapy questions and they get dark. And it's like, all right, well, this isn't
you're asking
fun.
me, like, what does somebody do when they have an eating disorder?
Yeah,
and it's like, oh my gosh, no, that's like a very serious thing.
I want fun therapy questions.
Well, when you came to me, you're like,
I'm
going to ask a therapist. I was like, well, run the questions by me because, like, these are, they can get deep. It's dark questions.
Well, like I go and I'm like, oh, there was probably some funny responses there, and you get all clinical on me. And I'm I know.
It's like, what do
you're
you
actually,
want me to do?
You're actually trying to help people, and that's annoying. So I'm trying to be funny, and so this may go that way, but it's less serious. So let's ask a therapist with Nick and Kristen. Do therapists notice when a client is trying to be a good client? So I realized recently that I sometimes treat therapy like something I need to be good at.
Yes.
I'll think about what I'm going to say beforehand, try to explain things clearly, avoid repeating myself, and sometimes even downplay something because I feel like I've already talked about it enough. Which is slightly ridiculous because therapy is probably one of the best places where I shouldn't be worried about being annoying or 100%. Saying the right thing. Do therapists notice when clients do this? And if you notice it, do you usually point it out or wait for the client to recognize it themselves?
Yeah, so this is absolutely a thing.
Okay.
People try to like win therapy by coming in being like super bubbly and nice.
I'm fine, it's fine, everything's fine.
And it's like, fine. I immediately notice somebody's trying to win therapy when they come in and I go, so how was the week? And they'll be like, great, how was yours? Like we're just friends having coffee and I'm like, don't mind my week. It's okay.
Pretty sure your dad died on Thursday. You want to talk about it? Or?
Well, now it was getting dark. Yeah. And I'll just go, it was fine, but let's get back to you.
Okay.
Like, what is it that you feel like you want to talk about today? And like, immediately they'll be like, I don't know. And then it's...
Nothing?
But then it's like immediately you go into what we call the treatment plan, which is like the plan that we created for you, the goals that we had to set out in therapy. And so it's like, okay, well, if you didn't come in with anything, let's go to this whole fear of abandonment thing. And then normally that kickstarts the conversation. But there's definitely people that come in and they try to win. They try to be the best client that they can possibly be, and it's like, girl, this is not the place for that. This is the place to cry and scream and yell and slide down the wall.
Or I imagine they all try to be like not as bad as they are. You know what I mean? Where if they, especially with couples therapy, they come in and like, oh, I think we have a great relationship. I listen to her when she asks questions, and she's like, no, you don't. And so it's like, there's always like one that's like, no, I'm good.
There always is kind of one oblivious partner that comes in and goes, oh, we had a great week, and they're like, I didn't think it was a great week, and that's. I mean, that's normal. So, I mean, like, we're used to working with that. But,
I would 100% be the good client if I went to therapy. I would just be like, I don't know, man. Like, let's start talking. What do you want to talk about?
I would love for you to go to therapy.
It would be interesting
for me. I think
that
you need to, and I don't say that in a mean way, but I think that there's some stuff that you could get off your chest.
Yeah.
And I think that there's a lot of stuff that you could talk about with somebody as like a third-party perspective.
Yeah.
But I don't trust that you would be honest.
No, I'd totally be honest. If I'm going to talk about it, I'd be honest. Like, what would I lie? What do you mean? Like,
I don't think you would go into therapy, and I don't think you would ask for any help. I think, because I've said to you before, like, maybe you should talk to somebody, or like, maybe you should go to therapy, or, you know, what do you think it would be like? And you'd be like, and you always say, oh, I have nothing to say. And I'm like, no, I feel like you have plenty to say.
Yeah.
It's just, would you bring it out? Would you actually talk about it?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Like, no offense. I don't know what therapy could do for me. I've changed my own perspective on things to where I'm, functioning. And there's a lot of buried things that I know are there, but I'm like, I don't let them affect me. I thought I don't let them affect me. There are occasional times where they come out and I go, where'd that come from? But there's been times now that I feel like I would talk now if I got into therapy. I just don't know what it would do for me. I know that saying things helps. You know what I mean? Like getting
the whole
point
of the therapeutic experience is verbalizing.
But I can just say it out loud to myself, or to say it to myself. And I mean, I'm not downplaying therapy at all. There are definitely people that benefit from therapy, and everybody should have therapy. I just don't
except for you,
except for me. I just don't think. I mean, I should have therapy.
Yes.
I just don't. Several reasons. Like, I don't feel like I would benefit from it. It would only bring up things that I don't want to talk about, and like things I'm currently fine in functioning my life.
And what I hear as a therapist you saying is that I'm afraid to confront the things that I've buried down because I don't know how it will change my present life.
Yes.
That's why you don't want to go. But I'm wondering, if you were to confront those things, could life be even better for you? Are you happy with functioning, or would you like to be thriving?
It doesn't affect me on a day-to-day. Like, it's not like I'm sitting here and pretending to be happy and pretending to be in a good mood and pretending to have a good life. Like, it really doesn't affect me. It's just occasionally I'll think of something and I'll go, oh, that sucks. I hate that, or I wish that was different, and then I completely move on and forget about it. Like it's not something that dwells in the back of my consciousness.
That's healthy, but I look at this and I go, therapy can be used to be, how can I be a better partner? How can I be a better friend? How can I be a better spouse and a father and a better employee or better person? Therapy, it shows you the pieces of the Nick pie that haven't been discovered yet. And it's nice to be able to be like, oh, I didn't know that was a part of me, but now I do, and now I can't unknow that, and that's kind of exciting. But, all right, well, I mean, whatever.
One day, I'm sure. Like, I do feel, after this whole thing of losing the job and everything, I find myself when people ask questions like, hey, how you doing? I go, well, and I actually just start spitting out things. Yeah. And I go, oh, that's unlike me. And I'm sure that's just me emotionally developing over time. So I'm getting there.
I mean, it's better that you're at least being like, man, it really sucks right now.
Yeah, I was like, oh, it was kind of like emotionally devastating. And I'm slipping slowly into a deep depression. But like, I'm fine now. I'm coming back. Okay. But like, there was a moment where I was just like, all right.
I know, that would have been a great opportunity for you to verbalize that.
Yeah, and so, but I didn't feel like it needed to be said. Like, I was like, all right, well, I'm sad. I'm in a point where in my life where I'm allowed to be sad.
Sure, of course.
And so I'm just going to allow myself to be sad.
Yeah, that's totally fine.
And there I was, and here I am. Slowly rising.
But are you really not sad anymore? Or are you telling yourself that you're not sad
I'm way less sad, as AJR would say.
Okay, well.
I'm not fine, but I'm way less sad.
Sure, okay.
Let's tell you about the Clark County Trash Pandas. They are a basketball team that are coming to town, and they sponsor the Nick and Kristen in the podcast. I still don't know why, but we appreciate it. And if you want to go check out their games, they start in March. Tickets go on sale in October. It is a cool local basketball team here that's going to be popping up. They play against 40 other teams. They're trying to win the Lily, which is the trophy. I'm trying to. Amazing. I was wondering if I travel with them. I'm just the DJ, but am I going to like the other locations? I'm part of the team, right? Shouldn't I be on?
I would imagine that the other home teams have their own DJ.
Shouldn't I be on the bus though, like just there supporting?
Like, is that what you want to do?
I don't know, not really. That sounds terrible. But like, it would also be
gone.
It would be terrible, but also cool if I got paid for it. Like if I was just like, all right, well, let's travel to Muncie, Indiana, and I'll DJ.
You want to be on a bus with like 30 other guys?
No, that sounds.
And they're all athletes except for you.
Can I get a different bus?
And you don't know anything about basketball, so they're like, hey, would you catch the Blazers game? And you're like, no.
No, I actually don't watch basketball.
What position do you play? Like you.
And it would mostly likely be like, so how's everybody feeling today?
Exactly.
All right, so Brandon, if you're willing to put me in my own separate bus, then maybe. But go check them out at ClarkCountyTrashPandas.com.
He requires a driver.
I do. All right, relationship question. Tell me when to stop.
Stop.
Oh, we already answered this one. If you could take a class on any subject together, what would it be? What would it be?
That killed that dream.
Our previous answers, I said cooking.
Okay, yeah.
I would still like to take many cooking classes.
I would like to take cooking classes.
You said probably a language class.
I also would like to take a language class with you because then we can converse. And we can have somebody to practice with. I think we do a pretty good job now, but yeah. But we could practice the language.
What language would you want to, like, what?
Well, we tried ASL. And we were having a ton of fun with that.
That was cool, yeah.
But then I got pregnant. And so we kind of stopped. But we were getting good.
What was
we were
the
all
sign
like,
for water break? Yeah.
I don't know, but remember what?
Yeah. What? And then it was like day.
We were talking. Well,
yeah. It would still be super cool to learn.
Yeah, and we were kind of like when people would turn their back, I'd be like.
Yeah, and being on the radio was perfect because we would be talking on the radio, and she'd either be like, wrap that up.
Yeah, like it was super fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, kind of got derailed a little bit. But either one of those I would love to do.
Okay, yeah, I'm trying to think what other kind of things we want to do together.
See, like I want to take a bunch of classes, and if you want to join, fine.
Okay.
But like, there's a class in Portland that they offer for metalworking, where it's like learn to make your own jewelry out of like what we did in Dublin.
That would be cool.
But then there's also like a learn to speak forest that they're offering now in Portland, where it's like you go with like a forest guide and they teach you like about like what the moss means on the tree and like
that's cool.
and just kind of like being able to
interpreting nature.
Yeah, being able to walk a path and being able to see the story of the forest, kind of like as opposed to being like that's a cool tree.
Yeah,
be like, oh, that tree is really important because it's shading the other tree and they work together and they
like that bush is not native to this
like
land.
I just think that would be really cool.
That'd be super interesting. Yeah.
I would like to do any of those things with you.
Yeah,
but...
there's a lot of college classes that I would just want to take just to take.
Yeah.
I just don't want to pay for it. I wish I could just audit a bunch of classes.
I mean, you could probably find a lot of stuff on YouTube.
Yeah, well, yeah, I did a search of, what's the big one, Harvard?
Yeah.
And they have a bunch of classes.
They have a bunch
and so I was like, oh, okay, I just don't. Every time I sit down to look, I go, do, and I go, do.
I have so many of those things saved in like my Instagram and TikTok folders because like I have so many side quests that I want to take as a person.
Yeah.
Like I want to become a gemologist and like
learn
to be able to like look at gems and be like, oh, the clarity on this is. I have too many interests.
It's true.
It's too much.
I get distracted too easily too because I said this the other day. I'd love to learn how to be a blacksmith. Yeah. No purpose whatsoever to be a blacksmith, but one day it would be cool to just make my own sword.
It would be so cool.
I don't need a sword, but I just want to make one.
I know, and like my greatest fear in life is I'm going to end up on my deathbed having done none of these side quests because I've been too exhausted at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I don't want to live like that. There's too many interests that I have.
It's true, so we got to make a focus. I know that we used to have our, like, learn something new every month is like our New Year's resolution.
Yeah. We got to get back to that.
They got expensive, but now we have a kid, we could all learn something, you know?
I don't want to learn the stuff she wants to learn.
She could learn stuff with us or whatever. I don't know, but yeah, it'd be cool. So
it would be awesome. Yeah,
I still want to become a chef, just for me. But that's
I would love for you to become a chef.
I'm sure you would. Well, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, tell a friend, and we will see you. It's today, Friday. We'll see you on Monday.